Hello, this is Ginny. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I am doing my 9-month surgiversary, a few days late, as always. I'll be looking at notes again, as I've said before. Today is March 31st, 2022. I had my gastric bypass surgery on June 24th of 2021, and so I'm just 7 days late, I guess a week late, for my 9-month surgiversary. And as of today, I am 115 pounds down. So I'm very excited. I'm enjoying every part of this journey. The first thing that I want to say to you is anything that I say on here is just for informational purposes. I don't want anyone to compare themselves to anybody else. I know it's hard to do. I know that we see other people going faster than us or slower than us, and we compare ourselves. And that's not what this journey is about. Nobody is like you. Nobody else's journey is the same. Nobody has the struggles or the victories that you have. So enjoy your own journey and, do what's best for you. So I'm just sharing mine because when I was starting this journey, I had a hard time finding, especially bypass patients. There's a lot of VSG, or more VSG patients, I felt like. So that's why I'm sharing my journey. But I'm just sharing it. It's not for any comparison. And secondly, okay, I guess I'm sharing, probably some of you have seen maybe my video that I shared about my sesame pan chicken. I always say it wrong. But so in going with that, I am trying to schedule my meals, planning out my meals, trying to get in more vegetables. Now that I can eat just a little bit more, I can eat about 2 ounces of meat and maybe a half an ounce of vegetables or so, something like that, which is, I think, closer to what my doctor wants. And I can snack a little more on vegetables without getting, the meat or the protein, I should say, in quite as regimented. So that is a start that I'm trying to do, which I should have been doing from the beginning. It was just very hard when you can only have 2 ounces at a time. And I would say that I can eat about maybe 3 ounces at a time now, 2.5 to 3 ounces at a time, unless it's something like soup or, I haven't had ice cream, but I'm sure ice cream would go down much better. I have had like the Outburst ice pops, although those fill me up too. So I don't know. But something like, I haven't had pudding either. But, well, I have had yogurt, I can eat more yogurt. But some of those more slider things I can have a little bit more of in soup. So that's something that has changed a little bit in the last few months. I know I have said things about my hair, and I myself am seeing a little more growth on top. And so I'm excited to see that because I was losing hope. And I know I shared on the last video that I ordered a wig, and I think I even showed it to you. And I wore it out one day, and I liked it, except it gave me a migraine really bad. So I sold it. And I don't know. I guess that's not an option for me. which I was kind of looking forward to because now they make wigs not so hot and, all different styles. You can be anything you want. So that's not an option for me. I'm sorry. Again, you're probably hearing puppies in the background. I know I say all the time, as you know, but maybe you don't know. Our St. Bernard had 9 puppies 7 weeks ago. And now our Shishan had 3 puppies. So we are the dog pound. That's what we call it here. So we have sold quite a few of the St. Bernard puppies, but our Shishan just had her puppies on Monday, which was 3 days ago now. So that's what you hear in the background. So that's exciting to see new hair, and I think that I'll probably cut it shorter when I get a little bit more new growth up here, because I'm finding that the ends are very thin and it's getting just a little bit thicker here. So maybe when it's a little bit longer, I'll cut it short so that the thicker part is all one length, or at least it's all thick that I have. Okay, so last time I touched on being discouraged, and I am still somewhat discouraged because I don't know if all of you have experienced this, but when I went to the surgeon's office, and I'm not blaming them, but they encouraged me that a lot of the problems that I had, like migraines and the knee pain that I have, the back, neck pain that I had, any pain that I had would go away as I lost weight. And that's what I was discouraged about, and am still discouraged about, because none of that has happened. My migraines are just as bad, if not worse sometimes, because now I'm sometimes taking the sweeteners, although I try very hard not to. My knee pain is just as bad. In fact, I have a double knee replacement surgery coming up at the end of April. I'm not sure if I'm going to change that date yet because I can't be tripping over puppies, but we'll see. And I might want to get a little bit smaller and a little bit stronger for it, but we'll see what happens. I'd like to get it done this spring so that I'm, able to walk and do things more this summer, but we'll see. So that's why I was a little bit discouraged, but I have noticed that I can maybe walk a little longer. It's not without pain though, but I don't get as out of breath. I don't think that I admitted to myself that I got out of breath when I was heavier, or I thought that it was all because of the pain, but I don't get as out of breath now, and I still have all the pain. So it was because I was heavier. So I'm not quite as discouraged. I can move more. I can cross my legs. I can bend over better. Even though my knees are, I can't lean on my knees. I can't squat. I can't do those kinds of things. I still get on the floor with the puppies. And I get up, butt first. So it's a little discouraging, but it's, it is, I don't want to say it is what it is because I don't like that saying, but, we just have to take it the way that it comes. This is our struggle, and not everything, I think, is to blame on obesity. I don't think my migraines are to blame on obesity. I was hoping that they would get better as I lost weight, but they haven't changed at all, unless they've gotten worse. So that's just something to think about, that you don't depend on everything getting better. Now, I did not have diabetes. From what I've heard, most people do get better with their diabetes. I didn't happen to have diabetes. I was probably on the way to have diabetes, but I didn't have it. So I'm not saying that things can't get better. I'm just saying that you can't always depend on that. But I think you'll feel better. I still think you'll feel better. And I'm not discouraging anyone from going on this journey. I would still go on this journey. And I still think it's one of the better things that I've done in my life for my health. It's just that I feel like not everything is the fault of obesity. Not everything is to be blamed on obesity. Okay, and then also one thing that has happened that I don't think I've shared with you is I took a beta blocker called propranolol for my migraines. I've taken it for quite a few years now. It helps my migraines. And the surgeon told me after the surgery that my blood pressure could bottom out. Well, it did. Actually, when I went to the eye doctor, my blood pressure was kind of low. And they said, does your blood pressure run low? And I said, no, but I should watch that. Well, one day, I'm sorry if this is too personal, but I went to the bathroom and I got so dizzy and so weak and I could barely talk. And I called my husband home from work because I was sure I was going to pass out. And he told me that my speech was slurred. And he came home right away. I must have sounded pretty bad. And I did recover. He came home with a blood pressure cuff because, of course, I always knew where a blood pressure cuff, but it wasn't where it always was, of course. But so he came home with it, and it was low. It was around like 90 over 41 or something like that. And I was feeling better by that point. So I don't know how low it got. The rest of that day and the next day it was about that low. And I went to the doctor and I didn't take the propranolol for 2 days by the time I had gone to the doctor. By the time I went to the doctor, it was like 120 over 70, something like that. And I tend to get white coat syndrome, so that was probably a little high. So he told me to stop taking the propranolol, and he's sending me to a neurologist for my migraines. I don't have a neurologist at the time. I go to pain management for my Botox that I get for my migraines. So that's something that is, I guess that was part of what was discouraging me is, you think everything's just going to get a little better and a little better and a little better. Well, coming off of my propranolol is not helping my migraines either. So, that's part of it. I'm so thirsty all the time. I think it's from some medication I take, but... Ooh! Sorry, that was probably loud. I'll be more quiet now. Okay. This is just a fun thing that I'm sharing because other people have shared it before, and up until pretty recently, I have not felt it. And so I felt it now. I'm feeling it now. I'm starting to feel my bones. We've been sitting outside quite a bit with the dogs, with the puppies, and I was sitting on the cement, and I said, oh, my butt hurts. Because my butt hurts where I used to have a lot of flab. It's not that I don't have flab. I have plenty of flab, but it just, isn't as much as it used to be. And also when I sit in a chair, I can feel my elbows more. And you can see I'm not skinny, but I can just, it's a difference. And I think, you'll notice the difference too. And I still have a lot of loose skin here too. But it's just a fun fact. I don't know. I've heard other people say it. I've heard people say that they feel their tailbone. Now, I don't feel my tailbone. I mean, I do. My whole back aches more, but I've been told that that's because losing weight quickly, your weight is shifting, and your back has to get used to the different balance. So, I have recently bought some new clothes that fit me because it's hard to know what to do. But I have found one thing that kind of helps me is I just really had no idea what size I was wearing at this point. So I went to Kohl's. I had bought some things at Walmart because Walmart is just so easy to pick it up and then you can always take it back. And I bought some things that fit and some things that didn't fit. Some were too big, some were too small. So I went to Kohl's and I tried on some different things there in different brands because, everything can be so different. And I found, this is just another fun fact, I'm losing weight different than I gained it. I always used to be very, very butt and thigh and leg heavy. I've noticed that my legs have gotten smaller quicker than I thought they would. I've kept a lot of my weight in my stomach. Of course, I've had 3 kids, so that's part of it. So I blame it all on them. But I'm getting off subject. But anyway, so I tried on clothes at Kohl's to see about what size I was. And then I went over to the used clothing store and I picked some things out there. Now, the first day that I went to the used clothing store, I bought the size that I had tried on at Kohl's that fit me. What happened was, though, that I came home and some of those clothes from the used clothing store were tight. So I think that some of those things had shrunk from people washing them so many times. So the next time that I went to the used clothing store, I bought the size up from that. So that's what I have found to be true for most things. Now the jeans, for some reason, fit about the same. And I just have to show you this because I think these are the cutest jeans. I love jeans with that. Oh, I can't even get. Ugh. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can. Look at these. They have little flowers. Let me back up. I'm gonna have to take out my. No, I'm not. I'm showing them my jeans. Ooh, aren't those cute? I love my little flowers. I always loved Maurice's. And these are Maurice's. I loved Maurice's when I was a plus size, and I love Maurice's now. And these were Maurice's at the used clothing store. Okay, that was just my little fun thing. I always like flowers on jeans. I'm a flower girl. Okay. My husband's checking on me because he helps me with the editing. Okay. All right, now I'm going to get a little more serious. Okay. I want to tell you all to please don't let anyone discourage you, because you will find in this journey that some people might pull away a little bit, especially people who have not decided to take this journey, or they are bigger and they don't want to do anything about it. And that's okay. That's okay. This isn't their time. This is your time. Okay? This is their time to do what they want to do, and you're doing what you want to do, what's best for you. Okay? So I have had some people kind of pull away from me, and I think as long as you stay kind and loving, and you know in your heart that you're not bragging about it or pushing yourself on them, I think you can have a free conscience and know that it's not your problem, it's theirs, right? And I would also suggest to you, if you have friends that are large, that would maybe fit into the clothes that you used to fit into, don't ask them. I was that person a few times. I was the larger person and somebody lost weight and then they said, would you like all my clothes that I don't fit in anymore? It doesn't make you feel very good. The intention might be good. It might not. I don't know. I don't know if it was or not. Or I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was malicious or if the intention was good. But it still made me feel less than, I guess I would say, when I was really more than. Okay, I guess that's what I have to say. And I want you to enjoy your journey. Don't let anybody stop you from enjoying your journey. And the struggles that we have during this journey, they're building blocks and they're lessons to learn from. So learn from the mistakes, learn from other people if you can, learn from the things that you do or don't do. I need to move more. That's one of the lessons I am still learning. I have a hard time because my knees are shot and a lot of what I do has to be, low impact. And I just have a struggle. I can't even take a walk without hurting my knees. And I have a hard time with that. So that's one thing I wanted to share. Another thing I want to share is if you plan on doing a weight loss journey, don't do it for the looks. Because I'll tell you, you will never look like you did when you were 16. And even when we were 16, we didn't appreciate it, right? And, gravity is real. Maybe I'll try to insert a picture of myself. You probably have seen it, but, I used to have really fat cheeks and they didn't have many wrinkles on them. And I see a lot falling. I asked the guy that gives me Botox if he can please fill in some of these because he's got some extra left in those syringes. He'll do it by my eyes. I shouldn't tell this because he'd have a fit. He would do it by my eyes, he says, but something happened once that, never mind. I'm going to cut this out. He won't do it here. He won't do it here. He says if he did it here, I could possibly not smile. I'm like, I'm okay with that. But just don't do it for the looks. Do it for your health. Do it when you feel like doing it. I mean, when you feel like it's the best thing for your health. Just like any other disease that you would have, you do the best that you can with it, right? So do this for your health. Do it to feel better. Do it to live longer. Do it to play with your children or grandchildren. Do it to feel the best that you can feel. And that's what I have to say about that. So the last thing I want to bring up is I want to get to at least 100 subscribers. I have only, 43 subscribers, I think. And so I'm asking you to subscribe and I'm asking you to comment. And if I get to 100 subscribers by the middle of April, so April 15th, if I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to do a giveaway. And I will even show you on here how I how I give it away. Hopefully I'll get a spinning wheel, but if I can't figure out how to do that, I'll draw a name from a hat or do something. Okay, so if you subscribe to my channel and I get to 100 by April 15th, we will do a giveaway, okay? So I love you all. You are all beautiful wherever you are, whatever you decide. You are so beautiful, and I love you all. Have a great day.